Good morning. I, Purnima, welcome you to the class. And we were doing my childhood, and I will be revising the main points of the story here. So, children, first of all, we all know that it is written by the author APJ Abdul Kalam. He was the 11th President of India and he was born on October 15, 1931 in Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu. He studied physics and aerospace engineering and he became a scientist. Now, children, he served the Defense Research and Development Organization and the Indian Space Research Organization for nearly 4 decades. He is known as the Missile Man of India. Kalam was very popular among the children. He often encouraged them with his high-powered philosophy. Besides, he was an excellent writer also. We read him in detail in his autobiography, Wings of Fire. So, children, this lesson is taken from his autobiography, Wings of Fire only. And children, he was a true nationalist. He died on July 27, 2015 due to cardiac arrest. Now, the theme of this story actually reflects on the harmony and prejudice present in the Indian society. This influencing theme is expressed through the accounts of Kalam's childhood. In fact, we can rise in life if we have a strong determination and dedication. And children, also this is told in this story that we can rise in our life if we are having strong determination and dedication. Okay, so finally, children, my childhood is an extract taken from the autobiographical book Wings of Fire by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam only. Here, Dr. Kalam was one of the greatest scientists of India and the 11th President of India, gives an account of his childhood days. His journey from a middle class family to the President House has not been a smooth ride. He had to see a lot of ups and downs in his family. This great scientist and missile man of India was born in a Muslim family in the island town of Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu in his childhood. He was greatly influenced by his parents, his teachers and friends. His father Janabuddin was not much educated, but he was very generous and kind person, as I told you. And children, he was not very rich, but he provided all the basic needs to all his children. And first of all, he had provided a very secure childhood to his children. APJ Abdul Kalam inherited honesty and self-discipline from his father, and children, he had inherited good and deep kindness and good faith in goodness from his mother. Now, in the story, children, so many things we come to know about Kalam's childhood. Like children, he was the one that when children he had earned his first wages. So Kalam earned his first wages by helping his cousin Samsuddin, who distribute newspaper in Rameshwaram. So he got his first wages when Kalam is asked not to sit among high caste students, and he has related an incident where he has been told not to sit when his teacher came and he told him not to sit with a high caste student. So he still remembered his childhood days. He had 3 close friends, Ramanatha Shastri, Arvindam and Shiv Prakashan. Once he was in 5th class, a new teacher came and he asked, when he saw that Kalam was putting a topi, that the typical children cap which a Muslim put, and the other child was having janeu. So he sent Kalam. He felt that the Muslim child is not supposed to sit with the Hindu child who is having janeu. So he asked him to sit in the children. He told Kalam to go at the back seat and not to sit with the Brahmin boys. Now Abdul found Ramana Shastri weeping as he went to the last row, and this made a lasting impression on Abdul. Now, one of the teachers, his science teacher, was very good. He wanted to break a social barrier. Abdul was also greatly influenced by his science teacher Shiv Subramaniam Iyer. He learned the lesson of breaking social barriers from him. Iyer invited him to his house for a meal. His wife was an Orthodox Brahmin who refused to serve food to a Muslim boy in her so-called ritually pure kitchen. Iyer served him with his own hands and sat down beside him. The next time when Abdul visited the house of Shiv Subramaniam, his wife served him with her own hands. Thus, he was successful in changing the conservative attitude of his wife. Kalam wanted to go to Ramanathapuram. For higher education, children, he wanted to go to Ramanathapuram and he wanted to leave the place because there was not a good colleges there in his town. So, children, he had to go to Ramanathapuram. His father said, Abdul, I know you have to go away to grow. Does the seagull not fly across the sun alone and without a nest? So, children, this is a short, all the important points of the chapter I have discussed with you. So, after World War II, he was sent to Ramanathapuram for further studies. His mother was hesitant, but father encouraged him and her mother also. So, Dr. APJ Kalam, finally, children, he was elected the 11th President of India. Okay, and now we were reading, now I will be telling you something. We were reading here, we have done already, we have read, and now I think I was here. Here, paragraph 4. So I am reading and I will be explaining you the lesson. Every child is born with some inherited characteristic into a specific socio-economic and emotional environment and trained in certain ways by figures of authority. I inherited honesty and self-discipline from my father. So APJ Abdul Kalam, he had inherited honesty and self-discipline from his father, and from his mother he had inherited faith in goodness and deep kindness, and so did my 3 brothers and sister. I had 3 close friends. So now he is telling you about 3 close friends. APJ Abdul Kalam, 3 close friends were from Brahmin family, typical Brahmin family. So one of his best friend was Ramanatha Shastri, the other was Arvindam, and then Shiv Prakashan. And all these boys, they were from Orthodox Hindu Brahmin family. As children, none of us ever felt any differences among ourselves because of our religious differences. The high priest of the Rameshwaram temple later, now one of the Ramanatha Shastri, he became the main priest of the Rameshwaram temple. His second friend Arvindam went into the business of arranging transport for visiting pilgrims, and Shiv Prakashan became a catering contractor for the Southern Railway. Now, during the annual Sri Sitaram Kalyanam ceremony, our family used to arrange boats with a special platform for carrying idols of the Lord from the temple to the marriage site, situated in the middle of the pond called Ramatirtha. So children, though they were from the Muslim family, but they used to help in the ceremonies celebrated by Hindus. So he was the Lord. One of his father. One of the boat was arranged by his father to carry the idol of Lord Rama from the temple to the marriage site, situated in the middle of the pond called Rama Tirtha, which was near our house. Now, children, even APJ Abdul Kalam mother and her and his grandmother, she used to tell a story about Ramayana and from the life of Prophet Muhammad to them. They used to hear their bedtime stories. Now, one day when I was in 5th standard at the Rameshwaram Elementary School, a new teacher came to our class. I used to wear a cap which marked me as a Muslim. So one of a new teacher came to his class and he was a Muslim child. So he has to put a cap on his head which marked him as a Muslim. And I always sat in the front row next to Ramananda Shastri, who wore the sacred thread, that is Janev. The new teacher could not stomach a Hindu priest's son sitting with a Muslim boy. Now, when he entered, he could not tolerate that a Hindu priest boy is sitting with a Muslim boy. So, in accordance with our social ranking, as the new teacher saw it, I was to go and sit on the back bench. So, Kalam was asked to sit and go at the back bench. I felt very sad, and so did Ramananda Shastri. He started crying. He looked utterly downcast as I shifted to my seat in the last row. The image of him weeping when I shifted to the last row left a lasting impression on me. Now, children, he was very, it had left a lasting impression on him when he saw his friend crying. Okay. After school, we went home and told our respective parents about the incident. So children, both of the children, they went to the house and they told this incident to their parents. Ramananda Lakshmana Shastri, he was a priest of the Rameshwaram temple. He summoned the teacher. Summoned means called. And in our presence told the teacher that he should not spread the poison of social inequality. So what did he tell to the teacher? He told that not to spread the poison of social inequality and communal intolerance in the minds of the innocent children. He bluntly asked the teacher, bluntly means frankly, asked the teacher to either apologize or quit the school and the island. So he told the teacher either to quit the school or ask sorry from the boys. Not only did the teacher regret his behavior, but the strong sense of conviction Lakshmana Shastri conveyed ultimate reformed this young teacher. Now children, even he was reformed also. So such was the parents also. Both the parents, they were very matured, very nice, very supportive to the children. So children, his three friends, they were very much close to each other and their father was also supportive. Now, on the whole, the small society of Rameshwaram was very rigid in terms of the segregation of different social groups. And children, rigid means just, children, they were very much rigid in terms of the segregation of the different social group separation. However, my science teacher, Shiv Subramaniam Iyer, though an orthodox Brahmin with a very conservative wife, was something of a rebel. So children, one of his, he is telling now about his science teacher. He was very much rebel and his wife was very conservative. He did his best to break social barrier and so that people from varying backgrounds could mingle easily. Now he wanted to break the social barriers. Okay. He used to spend hours with me and would say, Kalam, I want you to develop so that you are on par with the highly educated people of the big city. So he is telling you are, one day you will be, children, you will be going and living with the higher class educated people of the big city, and you should have this feeling of the equality. So one day he invited me to his home for a meal. His wife was horrified at the idea of a Muslim boy being invited to dine in her ritually pure kitchen. So children, his wife, she was very much worried because she used to think that Kalam, she was thinking that Kalam was a Muslim boy and her kitchen she used to consider as the purest kitchen. So she objected and she did not like that her husband is inviting a Muslim boy for a dinner. She refused to serve me in her kitchen. She told straight away to her husband that she did not want Kalam to have food in her kitchen. Subramaniam Iyer was not perturbed. Perturbed means perplexed. So Sri Subramaniam Iyer was not perturbed, nor did he get angry with his wife. So nor did he get angry with his wife, but instead served me with his own hands and sat down beside me to eat his meal. But children, the teacher was very good. He sat with Abdul Kalam. He served him with his own hand, and he sat beside him to have their meal. His wife watched us from behind the kitchen door. I wonder whether she had observed any differences in the way I ate rice, drank water, or cleaned the floor after the meal. Now, children, I wonder whether she had observed this difference, that whether I am a Muslim child and I am eating in some other way the rice, or I am drinking in some other way the water, or cleaning the floor after the meal. When I was leaving his house, Subramaniam Iyer invited me to join him for dinner again the next weekend. Observing my hesitation, he told me not to get upset, saying, once you decide to change the system, such problems have to be confronted. So he told him whether, see, if you want to change the system, you have to be confronted with such problem. So when I visited his house the next week, Shiva Subramaniam Iyer's wife took me inside her kitchen and served me food with her own hand. Well, so children, he saw that his teacher has taken a great pain to see his wife change, and he wanted to, children, not before changing the society, he want to change the people from his own home also. First of all, he told that first I should like to change the person who are there in my house, then I will change the society, and then I will look for some other thing. Then the Second World War was over and India freedom was imminent. Imminent means certain. When Second World War was over and when India freedom was imminent, Indians will build their own India, declared Gandhiji. So it was Gandhiji who declared that Indians will build their own India. The whole country was filled with an unprecedented optimism. Unprecedented means as never before. So the whole country, a wave was there in the whole country, and the whole country was feeling which was never felt before. Optimism. Optimism means people, children, here hopefulness. I asked my father for permission to leave Rameshwaram and study at the district headquarters in Ramanathapuram. Now, children, he asked his father that he wanted to give permission to leave Rameshwaram and studied at the district headquarters in Ramanathapuram. He told me as if I thinking aloud, Abu, I know you have to go away to grow. Does the seagull not fly across the sun? Now, children, he told Abdul Hassan that I know you have to go away to grow. Does the seagull not fly across the sun alone and without a nest? So he's telling the seagull not fly across the sun alone and without a nest. He quoted Khalil Gibran to my hesitant mother, your children are not your children. They are sons and daughters of life longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. You may give them your love, but not your thought, for they have their own thought. So children, these are the encouraging word by his father to the mother. He told me as if thinking aloud, Abu, I know you have to go away. Now children, indirectly his father gave, APJ Abdul Kalam father gave him permission to go for further studies outside Rameshwaram. So what language he had used, this is very nice piece of extract in the whole lesson. Abu, I know you have to go away to grow. Now he told his son that you have to go away to grow. Does a seagull not fly across the sun alone and without a nest? He quoted Khalil Gibran to my hesitant mother. Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life longing for itself. They come through you but not from you. You may give them your love but not your thought, for they have their own thoughts. So children, this was the extract from Wings of Fire written by APJ Abdul Kalam himself. And now we will be discussing some textual question and answer. So now we will be reading some text. So now the textual question, children. Time for the textual questions discussion. So where was Abdul Kalam House? Abdul Kalam House was on the Mosque Street in Rameshwaram. What do you think? Dinamani is the name of, give a reason for your answer. So Dinamani is the name of a newspaper. Abdul Kalam attempted to trace the Second World War news to the headlines of this newspaper. Who were Abdul Kalam's school friends? What did they later become? Ramananda Shastri, Arvindam and Shiv Prakashan were his school friends. Ramananda Shastri became a priest of the Rameshwaram temple. Arvindam went into the business of arranging transport for visiting pilgrims. Shiv Prakashan became a catering contractor for the Southern Railways. Question number 4. How did Abdul Kalam earn his first wages? Abdul Kalam earned his first wages by distributing newspaper. Question number 5. Had he earned any money before that? In what way? Yes, he earned money before also. He used to collect the tamarind seed and sell them to a provision shop on the Mosque Street. A day collection would fetch him the princely sum of 1 anna. Now, question number 2. How does the author answer each of these questions in short paragraph? That means about 30 to 40 words each. Now, question number 1. How does the author describe his father, his mother and himself? A very important question, children. So, the author described his father as a wise and generous person. He felt happy when he helped others. He did not have much formal education and riches. He was a man of confidence and great wisdom. He avoided inessential comforts and luxuries. His mother was a noble and a kind-hearted woman. She used to feed a large number of people. She had all the attributes of a typical Indian mother. I was born into a middle-class Tamil family. I was a short boy with rather undistinguished look, born to tall and handsome parents. I studied physics and aerospace engineering and became a scientist. What characteristic does he say he inherited from his parents? The author inherited humility and benevolence from his parents. He learned lessons in honesty and integrity from his father and self-discipline from his father, and he had children learn faith in goodness and having a healthy attitude from his mother. Now, part 3, question number 1. On the whole, the small society of Rameshwaram was very rigid in terms of the segregation of different social groups, says the author. Which social group does he mention? Were these groups easily identifiable, for example, by the way they dress? 1. So, first, the author talks about the people who belong to various castes and follow various religious preaching. Yes, these groups were easily identifiable. Their dressing, tradition, culture and rituals were different. Question number 2. Were they aware only of their differences, or did they also naturally share friendship and experiences? So they did share their personal experiences and friendship. Lakshman Shastri summoned the teacher who separated the author and his friend in the class and told him that he should not spread the poison of social inequality and communal intolerance in the minds of innocent children. Then third one, the author speaks both of people who were very aware of the differences among them and those who tried to bridge these differences. Can you identify such people in the test? The school teacher encouraged communal differences and Lakshman Shastri and Subramaniam Iyer discussed these malpractices. Now, fourth, narrate 2 incidents that show how differences can be created and also how they can be resolved. How can people change their attitude? So, the influential people can do both the things. A teacher has the ability to bridge communal differences and can play with sentiments of the innocent and ignorant people. This is what the new teacher did, but the science teacher Sue Subramaniam Iyer changed his wife's attitude and showed her the right path. Why did Abdul Kalam want to leave Rameshwaram? Abdul Kalam wanted to leave Rameshwaram to study at the district headquarters in Ramanathapuram. What did his father say to this? His father said that he knew he had to go away to grow. He gave the example of a seagull and said that a seagull flies across the sun alone and without a nest. Now, question number 3, what do you think his word means? Why do you think he spoke those words? He spoke this word because he intended to children to that his son should go and have higher education. He knew the harsh reality of life, that children may have to live far from their parents to make their career and earn their livelihood. So he showed his wisdom and intelligence in uttering these words. Now children, some long question also is given here. What are the things that can erupt? Okay, use example to explain the various meaning of erupt. Now do the same for the word surge. What things can surge? So an earthquake can erupt, emotions can erupt, anger can erupt. Example, an earthquake erupted in Sicily last night. And here surge means a sudden powerful forward or upward movement. A wave surge, a crowd surge, a storm surge. Bird search for fish when waves surge towards the shore. Now, trace means to find out, to copy, to draw an outline. Finding out is the closest meaning to trace in the text. Okay, so this was all. Okay. Well, now some extra questions are there, and I would like do, since because there's a lack of time is there. So I think we will do only some very important question answer. I will be discussing some point like describe the incident of the new teacher at Rameshwaram Elementary School. So you have to write those incident, that being a Muslim boy, how he was sent to at the back, and how both of the friends they were very sad, and Ramadhan Shastri he started crying. So Abdul had a long lasting impression of his. So in detail you have to write all these things. Then explain the narrator experience at the science teacher house. This is also an important question where science teacher wants to change the psyche of his wife, and what he had done, he served the Muslim child with his own hand in his own kitchen, and she was watching it. Okay, and next time when he came, she was completely changed, and she herself served the meal to the boy, to Abdul. Now children, one question is that I think this I should discuss. Why did the narrator father say they are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself? So this is important. This I will be explaining you in detail. Abdul Kalam asked his father for permission to leave Rameshwaram and study at the district headquarters in Ramanathapuram. His father did not get upset. He said that he knew Kalam was to go away to grow. He was a wise man and was aware of the harsh reality of life. He knew a seagull crosses the sun alone and without a nest. He was well acquainted with the fact that life is not easy. We have to make tremendous effort to face the hardship of life. The son and daughters live their own life as it is the dire need of the time. So you can see children how Abdul is facing the his father had encouraged him and motivated him for further study. Now describe the benign and liberal influence of parents, friends and teachers in shaping Kalam's personality. APJ Abdul Kalam was lucky in many ways. He inherited a liberal and progressive background. He inherited some characteristic and human values that shaped his personality. Like his father, Jainuddin did not have much formal education or wealth, but he loved austerity and simplicity. He avoided unnecessary comforts and luxuries. However, he provided all necessary basic needs to their children like food, medicine, and clothes. His mother was generous and kind-hearted lady. She loved to feed even outsiders. Kalam inherited honesty and self-discipline from his father. He inherited faith in goodness and deep kindness from his mother. All his three close friends belonged to Orthodox Hindu Brahmin family. However, they never allowed religious and cultural differences to come in their friendship. In fact, Ramananda Shastri was the son of the high priest of the Rameshwaram temple. Once a new teacher could not stomach a Hindu priest's son sitting with a Muslim boy, he warned not to spread the poison of social inequality and communal intolerance in children. His science teacher made his wife change her orthodox mind. She served food to Kalam with her own hand. So children, this was the some of the important points of the lesson, some important question answer. With this I conclude my video here. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.